Hello everyone and welcome back to Simulated TC. We're here for race 2 here in round 1 of season 2 at the Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Of course, if you did miss round 1, do go and check that one out. Released last Thursday. Now we have got 2 races this week. This first one here on Tuesday, the next one in 2 days time on Thursday to finish out this first event of the season. In a 30 race season, 10 rounds, 10 different venues will be hosting us for this season. Now race 1, it was all of the top 6 on soft compound tyres, as perhaps you would expect to see, with Scott Sandever taking the victory for Genesis in their first race in the series ahead of 2 Renaults of Adam Liu and Charlie Goodrick in his debut in the series, taking home a rookie podium. But of course, with those 6 drivers using their softs for the first round of the season, it means they won't have them available to them here. And I can tell you now that outside of the top 6, only one other car isn't on soft compound tyres. We have 12 cars in this race on softs and 7 on mediums. It is a very bizarre grid, quite frankly, of tyre choices, and we're going to have an even more bizarre one in race 3, as only one driver will be on softs for that one. So prepare yourselves for some quite unusual racing to start this season. But let's get all the talking done. Let's move on then to the starting grid. Let's see how they line up here for the second race of the event. At the back of the field then for this second race of the season, we will have Leo Bonnet in the Alfa Romeo, the only Alfa Romeo to qualify for this event. He is on the soft compound tyres, as is the driver ahead of him, Seb Mills. He is on the soft compound tyres as well. Ahead of him, Ian Henwood there, he will be on soft as well. And you know what, I'm sure, just assume the cars are on soft tyres unless I tell you otherwise here. Ahead of Ian is Tyler Davison in his Peugeot. He is looking to try and make his way up the field in that car, one of our stars of pre-season testing. Ahead of him, Jonathan Mills, one of just 7 cars in this field not on the soft tyres. He is on the medium compound tyre. Ahead of him, it is Morgan Hitchens. He will be on the soft compound tyre. Ahead of him, it will be Liam Jones there for Subaru, looking to try and make his way up the order with that full drive system on the Subaru, hopefully giving him a boost on the start. Aston Lewis just ahead of him there in his front-wheel drive DS, and ahead of him it is the second of the 2 Subarus. That is Lewis Francis there. Just inside of the top 10 we have Jackson Turner, another one of our rookies. He will be starting in 10th position there. Ahead of him it is Ben Driscoll. His teammate won the first race. Could he take the second? Entirely possible, if not likely, considering how good of a start Scott got in race 1. Ahead of him it is Adrian Tishy there, with Adam Richardson just ahead of him. He is the highest starting car in this race on the soft compound tyres. Now in the top 6, all these drivers use their softs in race 1, so they're all on medium tyres. In 6th place it is Thomas Pierpont. Ahead of him it is Preston Brennan on the medium tyres. Andre Jamil in 4th place for Toyota, just missed out on the podium in race 1. And starting third, just off of the front row, it is Charlie Goodrick there, with Adam Liu starting second, but on pole position for race number 2. It's the man that nearly went winless last season, but he's starting this season in style. It's Scott Sandever for Genesis. He will start race number 2 on pole. Our 7 non-qualifiers are Matthew Lilly, Elmary Sarlo, Albert Asante, Carlo Durante, Jordan Fingal, Dylan Vostenberg, and Dimitri Sotirakis. But the other 19, they're ready to race. The cars are on the grid then, and we are racing here for the second race here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. It's another flying start from Scott Sandever, who's going to lead the field down to turn 1 as he did in race 1. Preston Brennan's jumped up into 2nd place as Adrian Tishy's made a flying start to get up into 3rd place there on his soft compound tyres as they head through the first turn. He's still side by side with Adam Liu though. Liu is trying to hang it out around the outside on his medium tyres, but he's not quite going to have the grip and the traction, as that's going to allow Andre Jamil to sneak a look down his inside as they head now in to the S's for the first time here in race 2. As you see, that is Adrian Tishy all over the back of Preston Brennan. The whole field's all over the back of everyone, quite frankly, as they make their way through that kink. You can see everyone is trying to take advantage of their tyres. There is Ben Driscoll in 7th position. He's not made as much progress as he would have wanted to have made there after how good that Genesis started race number 1, as now we come down into the hairpin for the first time now. And you can see the field is absolutely bumper to bumper fender to fender as they come out of there. And Ben Driscoll now up into 5th position. Next up for him will be the Renault of Adam Liu. Driscoll here has a chance now at trying to make these positions as quickly as possible. Can he still reel in Adrian Tisci, who is still stuck in that 3rd position? Thomas Pierpont, he started in 6th place. Not a bad start for him, down to 7th on those medium tyres. But you can see here the field is all over the back of him already here. We've got Jackson Turner and Morgan Hitchings both up behind him as they head through the banked turn at the end of the circuit. You can see the 2 drivers behind looking to try and find a way past, one of which is Pierpont's teammate there in Jackson Turner, but you can see he's getting held out here, out of the tow as they head down the main straight. The slipstream being offered not to his fellow Honda as they head down into turn 1 once more here for the 2nd time today. It's Hitchings down the inside as we see that's Lewis having a look around the outside there. Aston Lewis trying to make a move stick there, but it is Morgan Hitchings who goes around the down the inside, Then so does Jackson Turner. Aston Lewis getting a bit held up on the outside there, but as we look to the front, Adrian Tisci is up into 2nd place. Ben Driscoll is in 4th position here, and he's on the back of his rival Preston Brennan there as they head through the S's. Adrian Tisci is looking to try and take the lead away here from Scott Sandever as they head into the hairpin now. You can see he's absolutely on the rear bumper of the race leader Sandever, looking to try and take back-to-back wins to start the season, but on medium tyres that is going to be near impossible here as he heads now into the double apex left-hand hairpin. He has got Tisci right up behind him as they go through the corner, and as they exit out of it, you can see Adrian Tisci knows he needs to get this move done as quickly as possible. Driscoll isn't too far behind, and then behind him Jackson Turner and Morgan Hitchings, both on the soft compound tyres here, as Hitchings is actually having a look at the inside of Ben Driscoll as they head through the final corner now. Hitchings has an opportunity here to try and get himself up to be the 2nd highest runner on the soft compound tyres here, and after starting 14th in a car which you don't expect to get good starts, it is a front-wheel drive car, it should not be quick off the line, but somehow he's done it. I'm not quite sure how, but somehow Hitchings has done it. As speaking of doing it, it's Adrian Tisci going for the lead. He pulled out of the slipstream briefly, but he wasn't quite able to get the move done now as they head onto the brakes into turn 1. He's got the inside line, and he's going to get that move done as they head through turn 1 there. It's Tisci to the lead, the Canadian out front. Hitchings gets the move done on Driscoll for that position, and not only that, he's got past Preston Brennan as well. So as they head into the S's once more here, it is Hitchings right on the back of his rival, and now you can see the field flowing their way down the next straight. And towards the hairpin they go. You can see that's Aston Lewis and Lewis Francis. This isn't a confusing battle at all to commentate over the top of as they head into the hairpin. It's Aston Lewis versus Lewis Francis. Those 2 drivers battling their way out through there now. You can see the field flowing through the hairpin. Sandever side by side there with Ben Driscoll, 2 teammates here. Driscoll has the tyre advantage and he's going to use it all the way around the outside there. He gets the move done and up into 3rd position there for Ben Driscoll. He gets it done nice and easily. He's up into the podium positions. Can he reel in the top 2 of Adrian Tisci and Morgan Hitchings here? As you can see now, that's Turner on the back of Preston Brennan as they come through the banked corner. You can see he's putting pressure on the back of the Tesla. The Tesla not expected to have the best top speed come the end of the straight here. Could this be a chance for the Honda to pass him down into the first turn? As we look just behind, you can see that's Aston Lewis making the move there on Tyler Davison as they head down towards the first corner. The DS perhaps with slightly better top speed than the Peugeot. The Peugeot fighting back as they head towards the first corner. Andre Jamil, a bit of traffic there on medium tyres, getting in the way of these 2 as they race into the first corner. Who is going to come out on top as they head through turn 1? As we see Liu getting a bit knocked wide there by Lewis Francis. You can see again the same happening to Andre Jamil as they come out of turn 1 now and into the S's they head. You can see there Liam Jones on the back of Liu and Lewis. So many L's in this group, but there's no L's in the results they plan on taking, it has to be said here. These drivers all have one objective, and that's to get to the front and to win. But it has to be said, at this moment in time, Tisci is in a very strong position, as is Hitchings and Driscoll up at the front. They have sliced their way through the field so much quicker than anyone else has managed so far here. As reigning champ Adam Richardson, he was the highest starting driver in this race on the soft compound tyres, and he's ended up down in 12th now. He has not had the start he would have wanted at all. There, we know the Renault doesn't get good race starts. It is very much the definition of the front-wheel drive car. Brilliant top speed, brilliant in qualifying, but in the races it just doesn't quite have that launch off the line. Although you see there he's passing his teammate and fellow Adam there as Richardson gets past Lee. Heading through the final corner again here, once more battling behind him. That's Seb Mills on the inside of Andre Jamil now. Seb Mills in the Peugeot, his teammate Tyler Davison not much further up the road. See these drivers all trying to take advantage of these drivers on medium tyres, just dropping like stones through the field here. You can see as that's Leo Bonnet now side by side with Andre Jamil as they head down towards turn 1. The battle is heating up throughout the field here, points all the way down to 15th place, and you can tell they know it as they head into turn 1 here. Ian Henwood right on the back of this battle as well as Jamil goes sliding wide through turn 1. That's going to let those two drivers through quite easily as now Ian Henwood is going to have a look at the back of Leo Bonnet as they come out of there. Now we've got an absolute pack of cars battling through the S's here. Brennan is causing a bit of a traffic jam as I believe that was Lewis Francis dipping his wheels onto the grass through the S's as now they head through the exit of the S curves here. You can see it is Sandover leading a little bit of a train here as they head towards the hairpin once more. Lewis Francis towards the back of it as there you see that's Aston Lewis, the one looking down the inside as they head into the hairpin. He's not only going to get Davison, he's looking to try and get Francis as well here as they head onto the brakes, and he might just have a chance, not quite able to do it. Or has he? No, but he has. He's got the move done in his DS, the little DS that could there, and he's going to make that move stick. Morgan Hitchings in the other DS up in second place here, so that car clearly has quite a lot of speed here as we now see Liam Jones is the next to try and pass Scott Sandover, but his teammate Lewis Francis is trying to make it happen as well at the same time, and actually he is now the lead Subaru in this race once more. As up towards the front of the field we have another DS putting on a show, and that's Morgan Hitchings. He's reeled in the race lead, he's on the back of Adrian Tishy as they head towards turn 1. Soft tyres versus soft tyres here, but the top speed is on the side of the DS as they head into turn 1 here, and you can see as they lean on their soft compound tyres, it's Morgan Hitchings who takes the lead of the race. And he leaves there Adrian Tishy down to second position, although Tishy, he's looking to fight back as they head into the S's now. Tishy on the rear bumper of Morgan Hitchings, but as of yet not able to make up a challenge back on the race leader now. As they head towards the hairpin now, it does look like Hitchings has got a margin there already over his rival for this one as we look now back through the pack. They're side-by-side racing here between the two Peugeots as that's Tyler Davison going down the inside of Scott Sandover. A bit of a slide there, but he gets the move done. Next up to try and pass Scott Sandover will be the Peugeot of Seb Mills. Heading towards the hairpin they go. Davison looking strong at this point of the race, as you can see, side-by-side racing behind. That's Leo Bonnet and Ian Henwood. We saw those two getting past Andre Jamil not that much longer ago, and now Henwood gets the move done on Bonnet and on Preston Brennan here. You can see these drivers really taking advantage when they catch up to these medium compound runners, using them essentially as a pick to get through the field, and some of these drivers gaining a bit more than others. Leo Bonnet there, you can see losing out a bit of time as he goes all the way around the outside. You can see these drivers, they know that is where the advantage is to be gained, is when passing these slightly slower cars. If you can pass one of your rivals or try and pin them in behind it and slow them down a little bit at the same time, that is a chance for you to try and get further up the field in this one. And speaking of getting further up the field here, we have Aston Lewis on the back of Jackson Turner, and the last time we saw a DS racing another car down the main straight in a 1v1 battle, it was a decisive one, and it could be the same again here, as the Honda last season, a very strong car on top speed. This season, it doesn't seem to be the case. The DS is going to get to the inside, and is going to get the position there. Aston Lewis is into 4th position there, and can he reel in Driscoll for the podium? That's got to be his aim now. He's up past Jackson Turner, as Adam Richardson now recovering to P6, Lewis Francis in P7 ahead of his teammate Liam Jones there in 8th position. Wow, they're battling hard in this mid-pack. But now it's time to look back towards the front of it. Adrian Tishy has kept Morgan Hitchings just within sight here, but that DS with its top speed has been oh so quick down the main straight, and it looks like it's going to be enough here as Morgan Hitchings is going to come around the final corner here for the final time in race number 2. He's going to take that Laser Tools DS up to the line now. He's going to be the one to do it. He's going to win. Morgan Hitchings to the line first. He wins race number 2 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. It's Adrian Tishy who takes second place there ahead of Ben Driscoll in a third there. Behind him, Aston Lewis and Jackson Turner rounding out the top 5 in this race. So we now look towards the finishing order for race number 2 here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. It's Morgan Hitchings who wins ahead of Adrian Tishy. by just over a second and a half there. Ben Driscoll nearly 10 seconds off Aston Lewis behind him. Jackson Turner in 5th place, just ahead of the reigning champion, who nearly caught up to the back of Turner at the end of that race in 6th position. And it's 2 Subarus rounding out the top 8 in this one. It's Lewis Francis ahead of his teammate Liam Jones there, rounding out those positions. Now as we look behind them, our front row for race number 3, it's going to be Tyler Davison starting second there after finishing 9th, and on pole position with the top 10 reversed, it's Ian Henwood there in 10th position. Now he will be on pole. Behind him it is Seb Mills there ahead of Leo Bonnet. The top 12 all on soft compound tyres. Top medium runner Scott Sandover, Preston Brennan behind him. Adam Liu takes the final points position from that race. Andre Jamil in 16th position. 17th goes to Charlie Goodrick there. 18th goes to Thomas Pierpont, and rounding out the back of the field, incredibly, it's the one driver left with soft compound tyres. Jonathan Mills will start race number 3 on soft compound tyres, and he will be the only one out there with soft compound tyres. I don't know what you're planning to do on Thursday evening/afternoon. Well, I think you need to make plans for whatever we're about to witness in race number 3, because surely there's no way that Jonathan Mills on those soft compound tyres can't be a very, very interesting watch. Who knows? I really do not know what to expect. It could be him charging through the field on a lap and it being a boring race after that, but equally, with so many cars ahead of him on medium and hard tyres, he might just get a bit stuck. There is no way of knowing what's going to happen next time out. I cannot wait to watch, and I hope it is the same for you. But that is it for race 2 here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. I do hope you'll join us again in 2 days' time, but that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.